The story of Harold and Katherine Lu is one that demonstrates how seeds planted decades ago by Mennonite missionaries had yielded great harvest and produced many more seeds. Harold and Katherine got to know the missionaries at a young age. As the first group of Sunday school students taught by the missionaries in mainland Mennonite Church in Hualien, Taiwan, Harold and Katherine's lives were deeply influenced by their foreign teachers, especially Helen Wilms-Bergen, Sue Martins-Kaler, Dr. Roland Brown and his wife Sophie, and Dr. Carl Ebb and his wife Hilda. The way they acted justly, loved mercy, walked humbly with God, and served the least of the brothers and sisters of Jesus was imprinted in Harold and Katherine's heart since they were young. Harold came from a small fishing village near the Mennonite Christian Hospital, or the MCH. The Lu family was poor. For most of Harold's childhood, his father was sick a bed because of chronic lung disease. Back then, Susan Martins and Helen Wilms, who served as nurses from the MCH, frequented the fishing village to preach the gospel and educate people on health and hygiene. Because of this, Harold's mother, Aria, accepted Christ as her personal savior. Her faith and life transformation brought hope and peace to the Lus, which turned the tide for the family. The missionary saved Harold's father's life. Harold's mother later worked as a domestic helper for the missionary nurses. One of Harold's older sisters got enrolled in Mennonite nursing school and became a nurse at the hospital. The family's destiny was completely changed. Grateful for the missionaries' love and support, Harold decided to serve at the MCH after he gained his bachelor's degree in business administration. Coached by Dr. Roland Brown, MCH founder and superintendent at the time, Harold became Dr. Brown's assistant. In the 1980s, the MCH was faced with many challenges: old facilities, retiring missionaries, staffing shortages, and financial distress. Moreover, a Buddhist hospital was built. Harold persuaded the hospital's board of directors for hospital expansion. He established a fundraising system and transformed the hospital. In 1998, Harold was given the task by the MCH to serve as Taidong Christian Hospital superintendent. The hospital was founded by missionaries from the Evangelical Alliance Mission and is located in Taidong, a city about 110 miles south of Hualien. With the Lord's help, Harold saved the 20-bed hospital from closing. The hospital revived and thrived. It is now a 200-bed hospital. Under Harold's leadership, TCH expanded into a network of social welfare organizations, reaching deep into places where help is needed. In 2002, a Kernel of Wheat Foundation was founded to reach into communities around the island to serve the elderly, the bedbound, and those with physical or mental disabilities. The foundation offers daycare programs for older adults, empowering them to enjoy an active, sociable lifestyle. It also provides Meals on Wheels for underprivileged seniors, home care and mobile bathing services for the elderly and the bedbound, daycare programs for older adults, and transportation for older adults and people with disabilities. In 2008, Cannon Senior Living Center, a multi-level long-term care facility for older adults, was established. Following the missionaries' footsteps, Harold strives to serve the needs of the brothers and sisters of Jesus and puts into practice for service in the name of Christ throughout his career, which is one of the Mennonite Christian Hospital's core values. Katherine also came from Hualien. To Katherine, the missionaries were not just her Sunday school teachers, but also her dear friends, mentors, and family in faith. She spent a large amount of her childhood time with the missionaries. She would visit them after school and just hung around them. They were her role models. It was a natural response for her to follow their example. Katherine later studied at a seminary and served as a pastor at mainland Mennonite Church. In the 1980s, child prostitution was rampant in Taiwan. Aboriginal children living in remote mountainous tribal communities were sold into prostitution by their poor families, but the general public was unaware of this issue. Together with a pediatrician and a social worker at the MCH, Katherine established the Good Shepherd Association and began rescuing children and teenagers from sexual exploitation. Every week, Katherine would visit Aboriginal villages across Swalian looking for young victims and girls who were at risk. Unprotected and unsupported by the government, Katherine worked with local churches, held after-school programs in tribal villages, raised the public's awareness on the issue of child sex trafficking, and urged relevant authorities to recognize the seriousness of this daunting issue. Whenever she discovered a victim, she would rescue her and hide her in Good Shepherd's shelter home. In 1990, the Good Shepherd Association joined the Fellowship of Mennonite Churches in Taiwan and changed its name to the Good Shepherd Center. One morning in 1993, Katherine was beaten by a local mafia group while she was on her way to work, as she got in the way of their money-making business. This incident caught the media and the public's attention. People were astounded and concerned, and the government finally enacted laws to protect children and teenagers. Because of this, child prostitution gradually ended. The Good Shepherd Center then became a shelter for abused, delinquent, sexually assaulted, and neglected teenagers. It also helps pregnant teens, as well as women and children suffering from domestic violence. Katherine moved to Taitung with her husband Harold in 1998. In 2010, Katherine founded the Galilee Family Welfare Foundation to support underprivileged children, teens, and women. The organization also helps Aboriginal communities and delinquent teens. Its mission is to help families thrive. In 2011, Katherine established Hannah's Home, a shelter home for abandoned babies. Hannah's Home takes care of babies' health and wellness and helps them find the right adopted parents. The TCH Social Welfare Platform was introduced. The three organizations under the TCH umbrella partner with Galilee Family Welfare Foundation and Hannah's Home. Together, the network of organizations serve the sick, the weak, the elderly, as well as women and children, a testament to the enduring impact of the missionary seeds. TCH Social Welfare's current project is to build a continuing care retirement community in 2024, catering to older adults and retired missionaries. This is a picture of how seeds sown by missionaries years ago have produced great harvests and are still growing in many ways. The sacrifices they made, their selfless love, commitment, and examples they lived mirror the profound truths of John 12:24. Unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. On behalf of the many lives saved and transformed, we would like to express our utmost appreciation and gratitude to the missionaries and their families, those who supported their ministries, and the Mennonite churches in North America. Galatians 6:9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." All glory belongs to God, and His name alone is worthy to be praised.